How's everybody doing? I'm Rob Wu, and this is Pancrase, legend of mixed martial arts. And sitting alongside me, as always, is the fourth-ranked heavyweight in the world and current Pancrase champion, Josh Barnett.
So, looks like we got our friend Kunioku here.
We have a lot of people lined up today. Kunioku, Suzuki, Basruden, and Funaki.
Right, but I want to talk about Mr. Pink himself.
All right, and what do you have to say about Mr. Pink, who is fighting Takafumi Ito, who we saw in a previous episode, the 1995 Neo Blood Tournament champion?
Well, he's got his hands full because Ito is on a roll, but maybe the pink might throw Ito off. And
we'll see if wearing pink helps Kunioku out. Probably not, though, as he takes on Ito.
Takafumi Ito versus Kyuma Kunioku.
Oh, throwing us off? Check that out. He's in black.
Ito wearing black, Kunioku in the yellow.
Now Kunioku's in the black.
Kunioku in the black, Ito in the yellow.
And
throwing me off, Josh. No, Josh, I think I was... Ito is in the yellow.
That's what I said.
I thought that was what I said.
Ah.
All right, we'll check the tapes out later.
Well, either way, Kunioku leaving us a bit disappointed, but making a good effort of himself to start this match off, although taking some shotes on the ground from Ito, and actually, Pancrase is sort of an unwritten rule of really not using the ground and pound, although it is legal. Where I think that's actually come from is the fact that Ito is Kunioku's senior in this match, his senpai, and therefore, the rules are out. So he takes a groin shot from his kohai there.
Perhaps responding to those shotes that Kunioku believes is illegal himself, even though it is legal. The unwritten rules says you shouldn't do that. And Ito was struggling to get back on his feet.
My mistake, it looks actually like that was just a really well-timed middle kick by Kunioku. But single leg by Kunioku scores the takedown, and some shotes from Kunioku in response. Managing to clear, but eating a shote for good measure and responding in kind.
Both fighters exchanging shotes now.
Big shotes from Ito on top, letting him know he's there. More ground and pound from big shot from Ito, snaps Kunioku's head into the mat.
Kunioku trying to dodge bullets. The referee yelling fight, encouraging the fighters to start picking it up.
Headlock takeover attempt by Kunioku unsuccessful as Ito stays within the half guard and striking Kunioku. Another set of slaps.
Ito relentless with those palm strikes as we move further along. Ito just a bit short on that takedown.
Kunioku riding dangerously high, looking as Ito drops back to try and go for an ankle. Kunioku now going for the leg.
As this round is over, a 10-minute round we're doing, and this will end up going to the judges.
A little bit of blood from the mouth of Kunioku, more than likely incurred by those palm strikes from Ito on top. But with the one rope escape coming from the last point from the down, Kunioku taking the victory.
All right, we'll move on to our next fight. It's Guy Mezger versus Osami Shibuya. And Josh, on paper, Guy Mezger looks to have the advantages.
Shibuya, a very talented and tough fighter, looking to make his mark against Mezger here. But if Shibuya was able to be successful, would put a big wake-up call to the rest of the big stars at the top of the ladder of Pancrase.
And this would be a huge win if Shibuya. Let's see if he can pull it off.
Guy Metzger versus Osami Shibuya.
As we started off, Shibuya in the red, Mezger in the black. The fighters have opposite records. Mezger is 8-3-1, while Shibuya is 3-8-1.
Head snap takedown. Go behind by Mezger as he transitions to the single leg. Shibuya trying to drop into the ankle. Still working for that leg lock of Shibuya as Mezger keeping those feet separated, not allowing Shibuya to get a secure hold of his leg. Mezger stepping through, looking to take the mount, and now taking the back and circling around as Shibuya rolls over and ending in the side control.
Shibuya, not much of a KO threat. Usually most of his fights either go the distance or ends via a submission.
Yeah, Shibuya really a grappler by nature. I mean, he's going to work all aspects of the MMA game here in Pancrase, but his strength really lying in the grappling game.
As the referee breaks both fighters up on their feet, nice left shote by Shibuya connects. Mezger says, all right, you hit me with a good shot.
Now it's my turn.
Mezger looking to come in. Shibuya should probably try to take this fight to the ground.
Mezger opening up with the low kick. Shibuya responding, and Guy Mezger and Shibuya trading low kicks in the center. Shibuya looks for the single leg takedown, but Mezger,
very nice sprawl.
Nice sprawl, transitioning to a single leg of his own. Now ending up in the top position in side control as Mezger.
Both fighters starting to breathe a little heavy.
Shibuya keeping that arm high. Mezger maybe want to look for a top wrist lock as he circles to north-south. Trying to break the grip of Shibuya's Mezger, and then just deciding, hey, I'm not even going to waste the energy. Let's get back on our feet.
And it looks like both fighters do get back on their feet, and the referee speaking to Guy Mezger gives him a yellow card. Guy Mezger as we continue this fight, both fighters on their feet, which is probably where Mezger wants this.
Body shot, shote, combo by Mezger. Another shote by Mezger. Shibuya trying to respond in kind, but
Mezger following Shibuya around.
Shibuya not winning these exchanges, really needs to get this fight back to the ground, and an incidental eye gouge by Shibuya halts the action.
And we'll pick it right back up.
1 minute left in this match. Mezger low kicking, driving Shibuya to the corner and hammering the body.
And with 1 minute to go, both fighters should be looking to pick up the action, as it doesn't look like one fighter has clearly dominated just yet.
Mount now is Mezger. Looking for the top wrist lock. Shibuya able to defend. Last 30 seconds left in the match. Mezger with that yellow card lets Shibuya up.
Mezger going straight for the single leg takedown, now rear mounts Shibuya.
During the hook. 10 seconds left while Mezger desperately attacking that neck.
And I don't think 10 seconds is enough to get that hold on. Shibuya just has to hang on for a little bit longer, and he does. This fight will once again go to the referees. In a very even fight, I think we saw.
A really gutsy and strong performance from Shibuya, showing he's a lot better than his record would indicate.
As Guy Mezger takes off his ponytail.
And Fabio
I
do see the resemblance as the first judge gives it to Shibuya.
One judge looks for a draw. Another draw.
And this fight will end up in a draw, a closely contested bout, and Shibuya should be very happy with himself, hung in there against one of the best.
And Mezger may be looking to secure a contract as a model for romance novels.
And should he take tips from someone nicknamed the baby-faced assassin or things like that?
In some cases, I think he might think that he should, but with a mane like that, I really think I should be asking him for notes.
Maybe. All right, we have to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, the wild child, Yoshiki Takahashi, takes the lead. Welcome back to the program. Now we're going to see Yoshiki Takahashi take on Manabu, Yamada, and Josh. Quite the contrast. Takahashi, a wild character, and Yamada, usually pretty cool in his demeanor.
Yamada, a very cool cucumber at that. But sort of fire and ice meeting in the ring here. And we know how Takahashi wants to finish this match with a KO.
And can Takahashi get that KO? Let's take a look.
Yoshiki Takahashi versus Manabu Yamada.
And there is Yoshiki Takahashi, also a main character in a manga. Have you seen that one?
I'm actually familiar with the creator himself. His name being, now that you ask, I can't remember, but Saru Atari. And that manga was just recently created into an anime, which folks can actually pick up on DVD sales and through various anime outlets.
And do you have a copy at home, Jay?
I don't.
I was looking to borrow it from you, but... All right, and there we see Yamada as we are almost ready to kick off this fight.
Takahashi in the gold, recently coming back from this is prior to his nasty leg break as he...
And Takahashi coming out swinging.
Yeah,
Yamada
really
responds but misses with that high kick.
Yeah, Takahashi leading with that front kick and shote combination. Low kick by Yamada.
Takahashi loves to strike, so if he could have his way, he'd spend this entire fight on his feet.
But don't forget, he was the captain of his university wrestling team.
As the fighters feel each other out a little bit.
Well, feeling jabs from Takahashi as he responds with,
and Yamada coming
in with the middle kick, but Takahashi throwing big strikes, and Yamada saying, I didn't get here by backing down to anybody.
And so far, Yamada content with trading strikes, but he should bring this fight to the ground, and he looks like he might be trying to do that just now with that almost having that front choke on. Takahashi throwing body shots to the side of Yamada.
Yamada came in charging with that body shot and ending in this front neck lock here is Yamada, but Takahashi.
And Takahashi misses the kick, falls to the ground. Yamada, good job dodging that.
Takahashi not going to let Yamada bring him to the mat just yet.
Yamada 11-7 coming to this fight, and he is charging in on Takahashi, throwing left shotes. That one connects.
Big shots from Yamada. Takahashi fired up, comes back with some big ones of his own.
And the pace really picking up in this fight.
The harder you hit Takahashi, the harder he tries to hit back. I can guarantee you that. Big double leg takedown from Takahashi, but lands him right in a front choke, although they are close to the ropes. But Takahashi's right arm is clamped down, so if he needs to go for that rope escape, he's going to have to use his feet to touch the ropes, I believe, as he works the grip of Yamada to loosen that choke up.
And it seems he does have that choke loosened. The referee keeping a keen eye on the action. Moving further along in the fight, both now up on their feet. Yamada misses, but connects with the left spinning kick.
And a single leg by Takahashi sends him out of the ring.
Almost taken completely out. People on the side helping Yamada back in, and the fighters will restart.
Big left rights from Takahashi.
But Yamada still coming in. Takes another shote.
These guys are winging it in the middle of the ring here.
And Josh, is there any reason why you can see why Yamada's not trying to take this fight to the ground more?
The only thing I can think of is it's sort of a show of defiance. Like, you're the one that wants to keep this fight on the feet and try to create a striking match out of it, but letting you know as he nice diving roll into the legs by Yamada. Yamada showing, hey, I'm not a slouch on the feet either. You want to stand up with me. You think you got the advantage, but I'm going to show you, young buck, that I'm just as good on the feet, if not better than you are.
And you just saw the ref yell fight, encouraging the fighters to pick up the pace. They don't, so he will break them up.
1 minute left in this match. Yamada in the center of the ring. Takahashi standing at the top of our screen. Big shot, double lefts from Takahashi. Yamada charging forward with the high kick, missing and countering with shotes is Takahashi. Takahashi, more shotes. Big right shote from Yamada, ducked by Takahashi. Is Takahashi now working the face lock?
And Takahashi pouring it on, maybe trying to steal this fight later in this round.
Break.
And the referee with another break. Both fighters back in the center of the ring. Not much time left. Now the perfect time to give it everything they've got.
Blood coming from the mouth of Yamada as he throws a kneel kick, but Takahashi saw it coming from a mile away.
And the bell rings. This fight is over. It will go to the judges. Both fighters with a tremendous amount of respect for each other.
Very moving moment between these two fighters as they battled it out tooth and nail.
A very close fight. We'll see how the judges score it. As we see the fighters embrace.
A lot of respect for both of these fighters.
ジャッジの結果を発表いたします。レフェリー小菅30対30ドロー。サブレフェリーヒロト30対29高橋。
One for Takahashi, or one judge scoring a draw.
ジャッジ岡本30対29山田。
One judge for Yamada, and that'll bring it all even across the board with no escapes and no downs. It is a draw.
A very close fight. As we said, one for Takahashi, one for Yamada, and one a draw. These fighters are very evenly matched this time.
Yeah, and a really moving fight for both of these fighters. I don't know what the situation could have been coming into this match, but a lot of emotion being shown in the ring and afterwards.
All right, we have to take a quick commercial break, but don't go away. When we come up, we've got a great matchup for you. It's Yuki Kondo versus Minoru Suzuki. Welcome back to the show. Thanks for joining us. And now we're going to see Yuki Kondo take on Minoru Suzuki. And Josh, Yuki Kondo's mind must be spinning at just 21 years of age, and he's facing the co-founder of Pancrase.
It's a big challenge, certainly, but he's ready to step up to the task, I think. And it's a match here when you've got student fighting teacher.
And will the student or the teacher come out on top? Let's find out.
Yuki Kondo versus Minoru Suzuki.
Striking, I believe, the advantage going to Kondo in the blue there. Suzuki, however, wanting to take this fight down to the ground and show why he is considered one of the best submission fighters in Pancrase as Kondo pouring it on.
Laying it in Suzuki, and Suzuki going for the takedown. Does get it, but Kondo has a front choke on him.
Working that front choke is Kondo, but Suzuki easily able to escape. Match being restarted. Now both wrestlers in the center of the ring.
And Yuki Kondo delivering more strikes, backing Suzuki into a corner.
Kondo, a very accurate striker as well as powerful. Big shote from Suzuki, misses, follow up with a middle kick. Kondo keeping his distance, staying just out of range. Looking to fire some more shotes, I imagine, off of the kick, and he does.
And Kondo chasing Suzuki around the ring, perhaps feeling he has the momentum on his side.
Middle kick from Suzuki is met with more strikes by Kondo, and as Kondo slips, he does end up getting a hold of the single leg and ending on top in the half guard, now on Suzuki. Suzuki keeping Kondo clinched very closely.
Kondo has to be very careful down on the mat. Minoru Suzuki, arguably the best submission specialist in Pancrase.
Unusually, though, Suzuki is not really, he's not moving very much. And I don't know why, as he's working a neck lock, or looking to go into a neck lock from on the bottom, but Suzuki being very static, as opposed to a lot of the reversals and
a shote
dynamic
from Suzuki
movement
from the ground.
Yeah, he's just really not moving very well, and I don't know if this is coming in with an injury, a fatigue, but not the Suzuki that we're used to seeing, as Kondo striking on top and Suzuki trying to land a strike or two off of his back. Not going to win him the fight.
Kondo throwing in some body shots and another right shote to the face of Suzuki. Kondo working on the arms of Suzuki, throws in a couple more body shots.
Vicious liver punches by Kondo and an accidental closed fist to the face.
And that is not legal. The referee is going to call a timeout and assess Kondo with a card. We'll see which color.
I believe the yellow card is only a warning, actually, and he will not lose a point.
As we restart this fight.
The rules in Pancrase often changing as being pioneers in the sport, as Kondo just laying it in.
Coming in. Suzuki is on the defense in the corner, relentless, and Suzuki falls to the ground, and Kondo gets on top. And so far, Josh, Suzuki, he's sagging out there, not looking very active like he usually sees.
Not very fresh performance on Suzuki's part, as Kondo just really laying it in on him. Just barrage of strikes, punches, and kicks on the feet. Now back on their back, continuing to throw body punches is Kondo.
As he gets off Suzuki, and both fighters will get back on their feet. The blood still coming down from Suzuki's nose.
Kondo looking very inspired. Low kick by Suzuki. Low kick and more strikes by Kondo. Suzuki lunging in, gets a nice double leg takedown, ends on top, but with only 30 seconds left, can Suzuki, with only 10 seconds left now, or 20 seconds, can he secure a submission to win this bout?
And at this point, Kondo looking comfortably ahead, just has to hang on a little bit longer. Suzuki throwing those shotes as well.
Giving him back a dose of his own medicine as Suzuki mounting and pounding on Kondo, but not enough to score any downs or yellow cards. This will have to go to the judges.
As this fight is over, and just looking at Minoru Suzuki, very exhausted. Not looking maybe perhaps 100%, as Kondo has great respect for the co-founder of Pancrase. And this will go to the judges as we await their decision.
Student shows his admiration and his appreciation to his teacher, even though it is a fight. And Suzuki, in kind, showing his approval of his student.
Suzuki taught Yuki Kondo well. Kondo 3 career fights, but not looking like a myth.
One judge scores it for Kondo. One judge scoring it a draw. Kondo gets the second decision, giving him 2-0-1 victory by judge's decision over the Black Hall, Minoru Suzuki.
So Kondo does win the fight via a decision, improves his record to 3-0-1, while Minoru Suzuki drops to 17-9. We're now going to see Ryushi and Nagasawa take on Yusuke Fuke, and Josh Fuke used to train where you live in Washington.
Yeah, he happened to come through at the AMC dojo and to train with Haru Shimanishi, the kickboxing instructor there and founder, and Pancrase veterans Matt Hume and Todd Bjornathan. We'll see what that training pays off for Fuke, but this being a match between two founders.
All right, it's Fuke and Nagasawa.
Takaku Fuke versus Ryushi Yanagisawa.
As we begin this fight, Nagasawa in the yellow. Nice right kick by Nagasawa coming in on Fuke.
Nagasawa being the larger fighter and the better striker of the two. Fuke having the advantage in experience with his many matches in UWF and Fujiwara Gumi.
And in Pancrase, Fuke has 11 wins, 12 losses, and 1 draw. Nagasawa 9 wins, 9 losses, and 1 draw. And another left kick by Nagasawa.
Sending Fuke back with that front kick. Fuke responds with a outside low kick. Yanagisawa, the southpaw. Fuke orthodox. Big middle kick by Yanagisawa. Fuke trying to counter with a back-spinning shote, which has garnered him a knockout victory earlier on in Pancrase. Unsuccessful and ending up mounted now is Fuke.
Further along in the fight, Nagasawa has side control on Fuke.
Fuke catching that leg, trying to escape that headlock of Nagasawa. Nagasawa pondering to go after the leg, and a beautiful transition to the knee bar by Nagasawa.
And that forces Fuke to grab the rope. He would lose a point here as the fighters will restart in the ring, and Nagasawa taking the early lead.
Well executed technique by Nagasawa, and great vision to know the opportunity when available.
Now both fighters on the ground. Fuke on top.
Fuke trying to work a neck crank choke. Unsuccessful, but now trying to score with some body shots. And transitioning to the headlock is...
And Nagasawa may be going for the triangle choke, but too late as this fight comes to an end. And it looks like Nagasawa should win this one based on lost points. Fuke did grab that rope one time as these fighters embrace in the middle of the ring. And Josh, is sportsmanship something you'd like to see more of in mixed martial arts today?
I do, because we're really there for the same reason.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, it's Bas Rutten taking on Jason DeLucia. Welcome back to the show, and now we're going to see Jason DeLucia take on Bas Rutten. Now, Josh, Jason DeLucia fought Bas Rutten twice, lost both fights. What does he have to do to change that result?
I think DeLucia needs to try and use that unorthodox striking to get Bas a bit off balance, maybe look for a counter to some of Bas's heavy, loaded, knockout-style strikes. And once he can hit that counter, he could possibly work to try and knock Rutten out, although a very difficult thing to accomplish, but better yet, use those counters and that change of pace to put Rutten on his back, and I think look to work for some sort of choke, as Rutten's a very physically strong individual, but I think all things being aside, it's not so much about strength when it comes to closing the carotid arteries.
All right, and as we said, DeLucia hasn't beat Bas Rutten yet. Let's see if he can do it for the first time.
Jason DeLucia versus Bas Rutten.
As we kick off the bout, Rutten in the red, DeLucia in the black.
DeLucia snapping in some kicks from the right leg lead stance. Nice side kick by DeLucia. Bas patiently stalking his foe as he delivers a hard middle kick. Trading kicks. And almost a close fist strike on the part of Bas Rutten.
As the referee warns both fighters not to do it again, and DeLucia saying, hey, one more time and I might have to do something about that.
I would honestly say if someone's going to do anything, if he's going to do it at any moment, he better start doing it now. Middle kick by DeLucia. Another middle kick, keeping Boss at distance. Nice side kick by DeLucia. Boss responds with some big strikes and a middle kick, but DeLucia standing his ground and throwing back.
And now backing Boss into a corner, and Boss throwing that front kick to back DeLucia away.
Mistake on DeLucia's part, though, as he was able to land those strikes to the body, continuing to keep his hand open, whereas he could actually throw with a closed fist to the body, something that might come back to.
And a nice right kick by Rutan, as both fighters so far content to fight this fight on their feet, and Rutan once again in the corner.
DeLucia doing very well on the feet against Boss Rutan, but like I said, by electing to keep his hands open when striking the body against Rutan, not doing as nearly as much damage, and that might come back to haunt him later on in this match when he could have taken some of the steam out of Boss Rutan with those punches.
Boss Rutan seems to have a little cut on the right side of his face right now.
Nice knee by DeLucia, but a big right punch, and DeLucia firing back with some big strikes. DeLucia seeming to get the better of the exchanges here, but Boss again leading with that nice right shot to the body.
DeLucia perhaps looking to take Boss down now, get this fight to the mat.
Double underhooks by DeLucia, taking Boss Rutan to the mat and landing in the mount position as he drops a forearm on the throat from that power half on top.
Both fighters are very close to the ropes, though. DeLucia might want to think about moving Rutan away.
DeLucia starting off very well against the ever dangerous competitor Boss Rutan, hoping to keep this sort of momentum up. He slides into the arm, looking for a position to go for that cross arm scissor, but Rutan circling.
And at this point in his career, Boss Rutan's ground game much improved since his first couple fights in Pancrase.
Yeah, I don't think Boss is worried about being on the mat in any way, shape, or form. Has already acquired quite a few submissions under his belt. Kick and shote by Rutan. Rutan stalking the opponent DeLucia. DeLucia leading off with the jab, getting met with a middle kick from Rutan. Nice middle kick by DeLucia, backing up Rutan.
And Rutan coming in with a knee.
Side kick again by DeLucia. Middle kick from Rutan. Another side kick from DeLucia. Rutan trying to land that right middle kick against his southpaw foe, right inside low kick.
You see Rutan starting to get aggressive. Nice block on the right high kick, though, by DeLucia.
Nice side kick again by DeLucia. Boss firing with the closed fist, and a little bit of a debate on whether Boss punched the chest or slid to the chin.
Josh Boss doesn't believe he's committed a penalty. The referee will assess him with a warning. Won't cost him on the points in the scorecard just yet. Both fighters shake hands and will continue this fight.
Outside low kick by DeLucia. Responded in kind by Boss, and another outside low kick by Boss. High kick from Boss Rutan.
And Jason DeLucia taking those kicks from Boss, he might want to think about taking this fight to the ground maybe.
Well, it's no secret that Boss Rutan has tons of power in his strikes as he lands a very devastating body punch.
And once again, another closed fist punch to the face, and the referee says he didn't miss. Boss says he does, and that will be a red card. And this might cost Rutan if this fight does go the distance. So Boss Rutan is deducted a point. And Boss still doesn't believe he connected on that closed fist punch. No hard feelings between both fighters.
Another side kick from DeLucia lands. High snapping head kick from DeLucia, but Boss backing DeLucia into the ropes. Looking to cut the ring off. DeLucia circling out. Low kick from Boss Rutten. Another side kick, 2 side kicks, 3 side kicks from DeLucia. Head kick from Rutten as he shoves him across the ring.
And Jason DeLucia getting pushed around and now trapped in a corner as he comes out of it with his kicks.
Middle kick lands cleanly to Boss Rutten, but Boss taking the kick in stride. Coming forward, another big punch to the body from Rutten.
And Boss still coming at DeLucia. DeLucia standing there. He might want to try to move around the ring a little bit more. Doesn't want to stay still. That's an easy target.
Another big body shot, right, left to the liver. Another left shot to the liver against DeLucia. That has to be taking its toll. More body shots.
Right there, that one hurt. DeLucia goes down. An 8 count to get up.
6, 7, 8.
And he 10 count to get up. Excuse me.
デルシア選手は1つ目のロストポイントです。
And DeLucia does, and this fight will continue, but Boss Rutten making up for that red card that he got assessed earlier in the fight.
Boss sensing his opportunity, sees his opponent is reeling. And big middle kick
to the liver of DeLucia. He got hit on the left and right side. And DeLucia showing that toughness, gets up once again. And Rutten claiming that was a body shot. The referee might not agree.
Calling it a low blow. Rutten getting visibly upset. I don't think that's what you want out of Boss Rutten when he's teeing off on you and you're hurting like this.
Rutten seems to have a cut on his right eye as he is still coming in on Shamrock, and down goes DeLucia. DeLucia down again, almost out of the ring.
6, 7.
Big body shot again from Rutten. DeLucia managing to make it back to his feet, but I don't think this guy's going to take any more of those shots, and Boss is coming with the heat here.
And Boss not wasting any
Another
time.
big, brutal left hook to the body puts DeLucia down.
And DeLucia, normally a very tough guy, but just grabbing the side of his body as we see Rutten doing the Rutten jump. A dominant victory by Boss Rutten as DeLucia really in pain.
You see the attendants there spraying DeLucia's body. That is actually a cold spray that they're applying to try and reduce any inflammation or damage right away. Look at the welt on the side of DeLucia's body. Look at this.
Replay. Oh, caught him flush. DeLucia, oh my goodness, the power of Boss Rutten with what he puts into it. I'm surprised he got up from the first one.
He's lucky he didn't break his rib, and that's what Boss likes to call the liver shot there.
As we see DeLucia crumbling in pain, and now at least he's able to get up. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us. We were going to see Masakatsu Funaki take on Wayne Shamrock, but maybe lucky for Funaki, Shamrock is injured, and instead he'll face Vernon Tiger White.
You know, actually, that's interesting that you make mention of that, because Funaki and Shamrock, the record hasn't been too kind to Funaki and bouts versus Shamrock, and that side choke seems to have his number. But here steps in Vernon White in place of his trainer, Shamrock. Funaki, a bit of a gift in consideration to who he originally had to fight.
And White's got some guts stepping in to face Masakatsu Funaki. Let's see if that was a smart decision.
Masakatsu Funaki versus Vernon Tiger White.
As we see Masakatsu Funaki enter the ring, he is a co-founder of Pancrase along with Minoru Suzuki. Funaki and White have fought twice before, White losing both meetings. Funaki 22-5, and Josh, tell us a little bit about what you know about Funaki as a person.
Well, he really considers physical fitness and keeping a great physical condition to be an essential part of one's life. He practices yoga, continues to stay in shape, and as he's making his comeback here sometime soon, he, at 39 years old, is in incredible physical condition and a very well-respected individual, and I can say that my opportunity to meet Funaki was nonetheless pleasant as I would have expected.
And at the age of 39, Funaki is also planning a comeback fight, perhaps later this year. And he takes on Vernon Tiger White, who is 6-15-1, not a great record, but he has improved immensely since he first started in Pancrase.
Yeah, and those 22 bouts under his belt are going to go a long way to helping him in the ring against a guy like Funaki, but to how far, we'll find out.
As we begin this fight, Funaki coming in on White.
Big palm strike by Funaki. He wound that thing up from left field, but Vernon Tiger White ducking and getting out of the way that potentially devastating blow.
White now in the full guard. Referee encouraging the fighters to fight.
White seemingly cautious, as one would expect against an incredibly slick ground technician as Funaki is. Funaki looking for the arm lock as he underhooks that leg and tries to catch that arm of White. He's trying to secure the left arm of Vernon Tiger White there, but he's got that underhook on the leg, and that'll allow him to pivot his hips around, get that leg over the head, and grab the arm lock off of the bottom. But White trying to keep Funaki planted firmly to the mat and not allow those hips to come across.
And Vernon White's ground game has improved to the point, Josh, where his other nickname is the Worm.
That's right. Vernon acquiring a nickname amongst some of the other fighters as the Worm for his ability to escape some of the more dangerous submissions when most people would be probably injured at that point. Funaki leading off with a right-hand shote. Vernon responding off with some kicks.
White starting to come in on Funaki.
Low kick from White. Scores. Funaki back to the center of the ring. High kick from Vernon Tiger White. Missing. Out of range as Funaki comes in with a big palm strike, taking White to the mat.
And White has to be very careful in this position.
Funaki attacking with the double wrist lock, showing the arm lock there, and White defending.
The Worm trying to wiggle his way out of this, as you see Funaki having the side control.
Funaki applying pressure on the throat and driving the knee home. And again, attacking that arm is Funaki, showing cross arm lock, and jumping all the way over into the leg is Funaki. Very beautiful transition. Catching the toe hold, and there it is.
He had the ankle lock. The Worm unable to escape that. Taps out. Masakatsu Funaki defeats Vernon White for the third time. This time with the ankle lock in the first round. 234. Improves his record to 23-5, and a very nice somersault after the win. And Josh, have you ever tried doing a somersault after one of your victories?
No. I like the fact that my neck is all in one piece. I don't know. I think only bad things could come of me trying to jump off of the ropes.
As we see Funaki winning this fight, as the fighters embracing the center of the ring, and Josh Funaki, he's got so much pressure on him. The crowd thinks he's Superman, and he should be winning every single match, the fans probably think.
Well, he had an S on his chest tonight, the way he just showed his technical ability, feinting the arm lock and going right into that toe hold. That toe hold, which has found so much success for Funaki. You can add Vernon Tiger White to the list of victims.
Vernon White, just one of many, as we see Funaki addressing the crowd.
キングオブパンクラスのタイトルマッチやることを決定しました。このタイトルマッチは、 ベルトを負けるか負けないか、それが自分のこれからの格闘技生命の身体に大きく関わってきます。俺はベルトを巻きたい。生きていけりゃ、生きたいんだったら戦い続けるしかねえんだよ。
As we bring it back into the studios, and Josh, Vernon White losing another tough bout, but there are a lot of lessons he can take by fighting Masakazu Funaki.
And simply being on the receiving end even of a technique like that, Vernon White has the ability to go back, review the film, and even remember how that setup came about. Maybe he can incorporate that into his arsenal for a further match down the line.
All right, those are all the fights we have for today, but before we go, let's check out today's move of the day.
It would be the liver destruction punch here by Bas Rutten.
Connecting on the left side of the Jason DeLucia. Very painful. DeLucia got up a couple times, but definitely took its toll.
Yeah, this punch was the one that finished this match and put DeLucia down and out. More like getting hit with a sledgehammer.
And Bas Rutten seems like he's making a lot of appearances on our move of the night.
Well, there's a reason for that, and the guy is he's like a blitzkrieg. He just cuts right through and just doesn't really leave much in the wake of his path.
All right, that does it for this episode of Pancrase, Legends of Mixed Martial Arts. We hope you join us next week. I'm Rob Wood.
Josh Barnett.
See ya.